Welcome, adventurers, to a journey through time and space. Today, we dive deep into the history of Dungeons and Dragons, the legendary tabletop role-playing game, and specifically focus on its iconic supplement to Blackmoor. Blackmoor is a supplementary rulebook product designation TSR 2004 of the original edition of the Dungeons and Dragons fantasy role-playing game written by Dave Arneson with a foreword by Gygax. Blackmoor, the second supplement to the original Dungeons & Dragons rules, is known for its introduction of rules for underwater adventures and hit location, and the addition of the monk and assassin character classes. Dave Arneson named the booklet after his original role-playing campaign world, Blackmoor. It has additional rules, monsters, treasures, and the first role-playing game adventure ever published, the Temple of the Frog. Despite the name, the supplement includes almost no information on Arneson's version of the world. Blackmoor added two new character classes to the game: the Assassin, a subclass of the Thief, and the Monk, a monastic martial arts subclass of the Cleric, intended to be a hybrid of the veteran Thief classes. The Sage character was also introduced, but changed to a non-player character type and moved to the back of the booklet by the editor. The book also introduced a section on diseases and a hit location system, wherein each individual body part of a character or monster was assigned its own hit points. The odds of hitting any specific body part changed depending on the character's height and weapon reach. If any individual body part was brought down to 0 hit points, the creature would be crippled or killed. The supplement introduced rules for underwater adventures, such as rules and guidelines for swimming, equipment weight restrictions when fighting underwater, and the effects of underwater combat on weapons and spells. Blackmoor also includes numerous new water-dwelling monsters and equipment useful for underwater adventures. A number of these underwater monsters and magic items were the creations of Steve Marsh, added to the supplement in order to compensate for material by Arneson left out of the final edit. Following the release of the original Dungeons & Dragons rulebooks, Gygax and Dave Arneson decided to publish expansions of their respective campaigns. For Arneson, this expansion would be based on his Blackmoor campaign, which had originated in the first quarter of 1971. In March 1975, Gygax told a wargaming newsletter that Arneson was working on a final draft, and TSR began accepting pre-orders for the product and advertised it in the Strategic Review. The booklet was delivered late, in part by having gone through two editors, Brian Bloom and Tim Cass, and being temporarily misplaced. The final edit was done hastily in a few weeks. The Blackmoor expansion was published by TSR Inc. in 1975 as a 60-page, digest-sized book. It was the second supplement to the original Dungeons & Dragons box set and bears the designation Supplement 2, with Gygax's Greyhawk preceding it in the same year. The book features illustrations by David C. Sutherland, Mike Bell, and Tracy Lesh. The supplement was edited by Tim Cass, who also did development on it. The Temple of the Frog was later revised, expanded, and released as the A2 Temple of the Frog. The Blackmoor supplement was reproduced as a premium reprint on November 19, 2013, as part of a deluxe premium reprint of the original white box, which features new packaging in an oaken box. The reprint includes Volume 1, Men and Magic, Volume 2, Monsters and Treasure, and Volume 3, Underworld and Wilderness Adventures, plus 4 supplements. Supplement 1, Greyhawk. Supplement 2, Blackmoor. Supplement 3, Eldritch Wizardry. And Supplement 4, Gods, Demigods and Heroes. Each booklet features new cover art, but is otherwise a faithful reproduction of the original, including original interior art. That concludes this quick overview and history of the third supplement, Blackmoor. So, the next time you're rolling a critical hit or facing a mighty dragon, remember the origins of the game and how Blackmoor shaped the fantastic world of Dungeons & Dragons. Thank you for joining us on this quest through the history of D&D Supplement 2, Blackmoor. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow adventurers. Until next time, may your rolls be ever in your favor. Farewell.